In Deuteronomy 11-15, Moses continues calling Israel to choose life with God, a life that's marked by love, trust, and care for others. These chapters remind us, God's commands are not burdens, they're the path to blessing, peace, and joy. See, I am setting before you today a blessing and a curse. Deuteronomy 11:26. Moses tells the people, obey, and you'll be blessed. Disobey, and you'll face curses. He reminds them of God's power, the plagues in Egypt, the Red Sea, the wilderness. They are to love God, keep His commands, teach their children, write His words on their hearts and homes. You shall therefore lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul. Deuteronomy 11:18. Obedience flows from love. When we love God, we choose His way, and choose life. You shall seek the place that the Lord your God will choose, to put His name and make His habitation there. Deuteronomy 12:5. Moses warns against worshiping like the other nations. Instead, they must destroy idols, worship in the place God chooses. Later, Jerusalem, bring offerings and celebrate with joy. God's people are not to follow emotions or culture, but to worship His way, in His place. Worship isn't just about sincerity, it's about obedience and truth. God alone sets the terms of true worship. You shall not listen to the words of that prophet, for the Lord your God is testing you. Deuteronomy 13:3. Moses gives strong warnings. Even if a prophet performs signs, if they promote other gods, their false, even close family members who lead you astray must be resisted. Israel must remove evil from among them to remain holy. Spiritual deception is dangerous, even if it looks powerful. Loyalty to God comes before loyalty to people or culture. Truth matters, even when it's hard. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. Deuteronomy 14:2. Moses reminds them of dietary laws. What animals are clean and unclean, not to eat blood, dead animals, or certain sea creatures. These rules set them apart from other nations. The chapter also covers tithing. 1/10 of their produce was to be brought before God in worship. If they lived far, they could turn it into silver and spend it in celebration every third year. The tithe was to support the Levites, foreigners, orphans, and widows. God's people are marked by purity and generosity. Holiness shows up in what we eat, how we give, and how we care for others. At the end of every 7 years you shall grant a release. Deuteronomy 15:1. Every 7 years, debts were forgiven, slaves were set free, the poor were cared for generously. God says, there will never cease to be poor in the land. Therefore, open your hand wide. Deuteronomy 15:11. When freeing a servant, they were not to send them away empty-handed, but bless them richly. God's economy values mercy, freedom, and dignity. God's people should reflect His heart, forgiving freely, giving generously, and treating others with dignity. Deuteronomy 11-15 is a powerful call to walk in God's ways, joyfully and generously. Chapter 11. Love and obedience lead to blessing. Chapter 12. Worship must be pure and God-centered. Chapter 13. Guard against false teaching. Chapter 14. Live set apart and generous. Chapter 15. Practice justice, mercy, and release. This is the kind of society God is building, not just religious, but righteous and compassionate. And today, Jesus fulfills these laws and calls us to walk in love, freedom, and truth.